What's up guys, Jason here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock raid farm. This farm works on 1.21 and on all platforms of Minecraft Bedrock, whether you play on a phone, tablet, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or PC. As you guys can see here, this farm produces a ton of great loot such as emeralds, totems, and enchanted books. For this farm, you'll need 2 chests, 1 hopper, 2 water buckets, 1 lava bucket, 1 bed, about 2.5 stacks of leaves. By the way, you can get leaves by mining them with shears. 40 glass blocks, about 2 stacks and 2 vines. By the way, you can get vines by mining them with shears. 11 stairs, 12 signs, and finally about 3.5 stacks of solid blocks that don't burn. A couple examples of solid blocks that don't burn are smooth stone or cobblestone. The first step is to choose an area to make this farm at. You need to make this farm somewhere that is at least 100 blocks away from any villagers, beds, or workstations. Once you have chosen an area to make this farm at, build up 130 blocks with leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After you're done building up 130 blocks with leaves, go back down to the ground. Then place vines on the side of this pillar. These vines will allow you to easily access the farm. By making this farm high in the air, you will prevent raid mobs from spawning below it while you use it. Once you're done placing those vines, place a leaf block over here and 2 leaves over here. Then place 3 leaves over here. Now fill in that outline with leaf blocks. By the way, the reason why we're placing leaves is because raid mobs cannot spawn on leaves. The next step is to place 2 chests over here. Then crouch down and place a hopper at the spot. Make sure that also of that hopper is pointing that way towards that chest. This will be the collection system in this farm. That hopper will collect the drops and funnel them into that collections chest. The next step is to place 7 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then turn to the left. Then place 6 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now face this direction. Then place 6 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Finally, place 3 blocks over here. After you have created that outline, fill it in with solid blocks. Once you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to place 9 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then extend this 9 block high wall around until you get to that spot. Once you're done creating those walls, the farm should look like that. The next step is to place 5 glass blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then place 7 glass blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now fill in the outline with glass blocks. Those glass blocks will allow you to see the raid mobs in this farm. Now place 5 blocks over here. The next step is to cover these walls with leaves. Those leaves will prevent raid mobs from spawning up here. Now go over here. Then replace this block with a stair. Make sure the stair is placed like that. This spot will allow you to easily hit the mobs. The next step is to enter that area of the farm. Now break these 4 blocks. Then break this block and this block as well. Now break these 4 blocks. Then place a stair at each of these spots. Once you have done that, the farm should look like that. The next step is to go to this corner. Then count up 2 blocks from this spot. 1, 2. Now crouch down and place 2 signs over here. 1, 2. Then crouch down and place 2 signs over here as well. 1, 2. After you have placed those signs, crouch down and place 2 signs over here. Then crouch down and place 2 signs over here as well. Now place lava over here. As you guys can see there, the lava should be contained by those signs. That lava will help you kill mobs in this farm. The next step is to create an infinite water source. To do that, first place 2 blocks over here and 2 over here. Then place water over here and water over here. By creating that infinite water source, you will be able to use 2 buckets to fill in all the water for this entire farm. Now place water in each of these stairs. After you have done that, fill in and break the infinite water source. As you guys can see there, all that water should flow like that. It will push the mobs in the drops over there. At this point, the farm should look like that. The next step is to place 4 blocks over here, 4 over here, and 4 over here as well. Then cover this area with leaves. This roof will prevent phantoms from spawning while you use this farm. The next step is to go down here. Then temporarily place a block at this spot. Now place 4 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place 5 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After you have done that, place a bed at this spot. Then place 2 leaves over here, 3 leaves over here, and 1 leaf block over here. Then place a layer of leaves like this. Now place another layer of leaves over here. It's really important that you create this leaf block enclosure correctly. Now break these blocks. It's really important there are no blocks under that bed. The next step is to transport a villager over to this bed. I am now going to show you all how you can easily do that in survival mode. To do that, first go to the ground next to this chamber. Then place 4 blocks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now extend each of these walls up until you get to that top chamber. Once you are done placing all those blocks, the farm should look like that. The next step is to place 2 blocks over here and 2 over here. Then place 3 over here and 3 over here as well. Now place a sign at this spot. Then place water over here. As you guys can see there, that water should flow like that. It should go all the way down to the bottom of this tube. Now go down here. Then place 2 blocks over here and 2 over here as well. Now break these 2 blocks. Then place 2 signs over here. Once the water flows down here, place kelp from here to the top of this pillar. By placing all this kelp, the water will turn into water source blocks. That will allow the bubble column to flow all the way to the top. Once you're done placing all that kelp, go back down here. Then break these 2 kelp. Now replace this block with soul sand. As you guys can see here, that should create a bubble column. This bubble column will allow you to easily transport a villager up here. Once you have created that bubble column, find a villager. Once you have found a villager, place a boat next to it. Then push the villager into the boat. Now attach a lead to the boat. Then walk over to the farm. Once you have brought the villager next to this bubble column, place some blocks around it. Then break this boat. Now push the villager into the bubble column. As you guys can see here, the villager should end up in this chamber. At this point, get rid of the bubble column. Once you are done getting rid of the bubble column, the farm should look like that. The next step is to go over here. Then wait for it to turn nighttime. As you guys can see there, once it is nighttime, the villager should sleep in the bed. If the villager does not sleep in the bed, try breaking all beds at the village or villager breeder you got the villager from. Now place 2 leaves over here. It's really important that you place those leaves at the correct spots. As you guys can see there, when it turns daytime, that villager's head should be stuck in that leaf block. You need to make this leaf block enclosure correctly so raid mobs don't spawn on the bed. I'm now going to do a quick fly around so you can check and make sure you've made this raid farm correctly. Over here, there should be the collection system. Over there should be that water. Up here, there should be that lava. This side should have the villager chamber. Finally, the top of the farm should look like this. I am now going to show you all how to use this raid farm. To use it, first get an ominous bottle. You can get ominous bottles by going to pillager outposts and killing pillager captains. Once you have an ominous bottle, stand on this platform. Then drink it. As you guys can see there, that will give you the raid omen effect. After 30 seconds, a raid will start. That is because this area is designated as a village because there's a villager linked to a bed over there. As you guys can see here, a raid is now starting. The raid mobs will spawn in the water, then get pushed over there. They will then get automatically killed by the lava. Their drops will get collected by the hopper and funneled into that chest. If you want to kill the mobs faster, you can hit them through this hole. By the way, if you choose to hit the mobs, you'll also get some XP. If you notice some items are getting burned by the lava, just wait for the lava to kill the mobs automatically. That should prevent them from getting burned. However, some witches may not get killed by the lava because they drink fire resistance potions. You'll need to kill those witches manually. This farm is a great quick and easy way to defeat raids. Whenever you want to collect the loot from this farm, you can open this chest. It will all be in here. To fight another raid, drink another ominous bottle. If this farm does not work for you, make sure your world difficulty is not set to peaceful. Also, try setting your world simulation distance to 4 chunks. You can do that by leaving your world, then going into the world settings. If you notice any raid mobs spawn below the farm while you are standing up here, cover all areas where they spawn below the farm with leaves. If any raid mobs spawn in the villager chamber, make sure there are no blocks below that bed. Also, make sure you created this leaf enclosure correctly. The villager's head should be stuck in that leaf block. If you want to learn how to easily get a ton of ominous bottles, I recommend you check out my pillager farm tutorial. The link to that tutorial is in the description. I hope you all enjoyed learning how to make this simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock raid farm. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching.